Good morrow, godlings. I want to talk to you today about how to access your power to manifest. What is actually required? Let's come at this from this position. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, that you are a god. And you've got numerous baby gods. And they could, with a sneeze, set the house on fire. And they're so emotional. Their inner milieu is a tempest. And so what you're going to do, like any good parent, is you're going to put them in an environment where they'll be safe, where they can not harm themselves or each other. And if they're going to have temper tantrums or whatever unhealthy, unproductive emotional reactions they're going to have them in this environment where they're safe. Such is the case for us. We are the baby godlings. This environment is designed, this venue, to slowly give us access to our powers as we demonstrate we can wield them without hurting ourselves or each other. All of these spiritual practices that you engage in so that you can add one more thing to your self-concept, they may be helpful, but they are certainly not helping you access your inherent power. Because what you have to do is prove to the universe, and let me say, as a reminder, there's nobody here but you, and that includes me. So you're actually proving to yourself that you can, your higher self, your greatest self, that you can be trusted to wield your power consciously. Now let's just understand that you are constantly reckoning with and experiencing the fruits of your summonings that were done unconsciously. Now, unconscious has this mystique that it's some unobservable thing. No, it means something that you are not observing. It doesn't mean something you can't observe. It's not hidden. You're just not paying attention. So, hence, being the observer, persisting as the observer of the mind that's attacking your peace and the stories you're telling yourself with your self-talk. This is the first step because it creates a space between action and yourself, as a matter of fact, and the emotion. You back away from it, you're observing it, asking yourself, using the practice, what am I saying to myself? Is it true? Is it fair to everyone involved? Is it serving me? Okay. This creates a space. So you're in that space, you become less likely to hurt yourself or someone else. And this demonstrates to yourself, the universe, that you are getting a little more trustworthy with your inherent power. And as you develop this ability to use stress to make you lucid, go, aha, yeah, I'm getting emotionally upset. I'm surrendering my lucidity to the dream of the world and allowing myself to be overwhelmed. Okay? The self that you're talking about, there is the consciousness itself, conscious of itself. So, this indicates to you and the higher universe, the total that you are, that you're more competent and more capable of handling your emotions and not hurting anyone, handling your power, not hurting anyone. Just make no mistake, it is by your emotions, which changes your energetic field, your frequency, that you create, that you manifest. Okay. But the next most important thing, once you're lucid and regularly lucid, is to perfect your benevolence and your compassion. Because Every time you catch yourself having a reaction to something going on in the dream of the world, and there's plenty of opportunities to have these sorts of reactions, to plenty of triggers out there right now. And that's a good thing in many ways. But every time you catch yourself on the verge of having an emotional discharge or self-immolating so that you're making yourself miserable unnecessarily with your self-talk, every time you become lucid in such a situation, you are proving to yourself, the universe, that you can be trusted to manage your power without hurting anyone or hurting yourself. Because there is no one here but you, so anyone you hurt, you're hurting yourself. All of the spirit, the first step is realizing what you are. That is lucidity, and learning to abide in lucidity. If you want to access your power to make things turn out otherwise, to make the world a better place, the first thing you have to do is make yourself lucid. Use the adversity to make yourself lucid. Use every one of them instances of adversity to bring yourself back to lucidity. Okay, and create that space in which your compassion and benevolence can bloom, because you're looking at your self-talk saying, what am I saying? And you're going to see to myself that's causing this emotional upheaval. You're going to see that the things that you're saying to yourself are not only not true, they're not serving you. They're not fair to everyone involved, and they're not serving you. And you're going to realize first your power over your own subjective experience. You can't handle power to change the exterior world the way things are going if you can't even handle the power that you have over your subjective experience. So this is job number one. I don't care what else you are studying or pursuing. Lucidity is the first step. Without lucidity, you're not really accomplishing anything. You're just spending a lot of time on exercises and concepts that aren't going to lead to your freedom, and they're not going to lead to your power. After you are rooted in lucidity, okay, so that the stuff that's threatening to trigger an emotional response causes you to laugh instead because you see what it is, and I'm not going back into that suffering, it's not worth it, all right? Next comes when you're in an active phase of hunting for your triggers, your buttons, the things that set you off, okay? You are actively, consciously, lucidly looking for these. And every time something, someone, or something sets off the emotions, I should say, and the destructive self-talk that generates them, you go, aha, lucid, and say, another opportunity, not this sucks. This is another opportunity, another opportunity to reclaim my sovereignty over my own subjective experience. If you can't control that, you're definitely not fit yet to wield power over anything else. So first, get lucid, stay lucid. Now, in that lucid space, you can observe the self-talk and realize that you have the power to change it. I mean, you change your self-talk to what is true and constructive and fair to everyone involved. True, and it serves you, and it's fair to everyone involved. And in learning to construct this self-talk that is true, fair to everyone involved, and helpful to you and everyone else too, you are learning to perfect your compassion and your benevolence. Because your compassion, the experience of the emotion, will come out of the words that you sculpt lucidly, consciously, that then create the new experience. You can choose to see others in very uncharitable ways, and it'll only make you more miserable. Observe that happening. Don't go with yourself when you catch yourself doing that again. That actually creates more resistance and entrenches the maladaptive behavior pattern that you want to get past, that you want to be stronger than, bigger than. Okay? So don't resist it, simply observe it. And you may have to hold your attention on it, the light of your attention on it, your conscious attention. Instead of, as opposed to unconscious, you're not observing yourself doing it, unconsciously worrying, manufacturing self-talk that is ruining your present experience by borrowing a problem that may never occur from a future that doesn't have to occur and pulling it into your present experience. This is how you set yourself free. And as you demonstrate in more and more stressful experiences that you can be trusted to stay lucid, or at least regain your lucidity quickly, and not do anything harmful, think or say anything harmful, even just internally. Once you've proven to yourself that you can be trusted, you begin to gain access to the power inherent in your godly estate. The venue itself changes its physics so that the things that you will and need begin to manifest for you much more quickly in your timeline. That's just how it works. And lucidity is the first part. It's the absolute first step. Consistent lucidity changes your field, your personal field. You begin to emanate to the greater field of which you are an integrated part. It's really you with thousands and thousands of different eyes, millions and millions of different eyes. You begin to prove to yourself that you are safe. You've always been worthy. It's just a matter of, do you have the emotional and mental lucidity, self-governing skills you need to be trusted to access the power of your godly estate? This is how it works. There is no other method. If you do not develop lucidity first, you cannot progress to where we all want to go. And I know you have this in you. I know you can do this. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. In fact, everything that's going on in the world right now that is so triggering is happening for you. It's happening for you, and it's happening through you, as you projected. Everything about yourself, which is everything, you are everything, that you reject, you are projecting out into the environment so that you can hate on it without hating on yourself. You're having this experience of being separate and powerless so that you can see what it is in our greater self. Understand, when I say you, I mean me, because there's nobody here but me, and that includes you, and vice versa, the converse. We are doing this to ourselves. It's all us. You have to claim the responsibility before you can access the power to make it otherwise. So, put that in your pipes and smoke it. If this video has given you any clues, that you feel will be helpful. It's resonating with you. You're getting little shivers of hearing the truth and feeling the truth of what I'm saying. If you respected all my attempts to help, please like the video and share it. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so you'll know, because I try not to make videos that waste your time. And I want you to know when another video comes out that can be helpful to your peace and to accessing the divine power that is yours once you learn to consciously regulate your self-talk and your own lucidity is stable enough. You will allow yourself access more and more to your power. And that could be the next video. Your power to manifest is a different set of techniques altogether. Suffice to say, what you will in the kindness and compassion and benevolence of your heart, in service to everyone, is much more likely to manifest for you than what you're willing just for your own advancement, or most especially what you're willing that requires someone else to lose that you may gain whatever experience it is that you're willing to have. You cannot in any way get into, that is, experience the kingdom of God that is within you and all around you without all of your brothers and sisters. Heaven is perfect. God is perfect. You are source, God. You cannot be perfect by disowning parts of yourself. There is not one here that is not God. Not one here that is not cherished. As testing as it is, and that's a good thing, we can't advance without each other. We can't bring the kingdom of God to earth without including all of our brothers and sisters with whom we seem to be at such impassable odds. So there's no canceling people and just turning away. I'm sorry, I know, tedious. But that doesn't mean you have to leave all the buttons that they push and tie you in knots connected. You can disconnect those buttons using lucidity and self-inquiry. I should say self-talk, inquiry, because your mind is not you. You are consciousness itself, conscious of itself. And you are sovereign over the mind. The mind is your servant, and you have slipped into unconscious, you're not observing it, identification with the mind, which is attacking your peace relentlessly. Get the space of here's me and here's my mind, and the mind is attacking. I'm observing the mind attacking my peace. The moment you actually do observe the mind attacking your peace, you've got some space there between the mind, which you are not, and the self that you are. I was considering purchasing a firearm, another firearm, a couple of weeks ago. Had it pretty well set up, knew where I could have it sent so that I could go and collect it, etc. All perfectly legal. And then the inner voice, my higher self, Michael, said to me, "Is that what you want to manifest? And if you prepare for what you do not want to occur, do you not see you are feeding by your preparation into the creation of that eventuality by changing your own field to be ready for such a consequence?" And I decided, no, I didn't even care to live in such a world where I might have to kill or hurt a neighbor, a brother or a sister over petty differences. I I've been there before. It's really lovely. So I laid it on Michael. He has to keep me alive and well and functioning. I didn't purchase a firearm. Instead, I purchased some very nice speakers and started beaming to my neighbors very pleasant solfeggio frequencies to put us all at ease. I intensified my efforts at injecting love into my field. I surrounded myself with solfeggio frequencies that soothe and relax and encourage. I kept myself intentionally, lucidly anchored in the vibration that I wanted to give to the field. You can do that too. You should do that. Consciously choose what you put in your field with your self-talk and with your clicks. What you click on, the algorithm will give you more of. It's much like the universe. You're saying, I'm interested in this, and the algorithm puts it in front of you over and over again after that. You may have just wanted a small taste. You've got a deluge. Don't click on what you don't want more of. Oh yes, I know. The titles are all designed to scare you and worry you and drag you in to take a look. Stop reinforcing that. Stop reinforcing content creators for scaring you to get your attention. Stop reinforcing people for using words designed to inflame you and get you angry to get your attention, to get your clicks. They're monetizing your lack of lucidity. They are literally cashing in on your lack of self-awareness and self-control. Stop reinforcing that. You can do that. Don't click on it. Is it helpful? Look at it. Oh, look, they're trying to scare me. They're trying to make me angry. A lot of times when you do click on these things, you find out that the title actually is in no way borne out by the content. Give that the thumbs down. When they lie to you to get you to spend your time so that they can make money off of you spending your time watching their content, when they lie to you to do that, vote it down. Let's make authenticity great again. You want to? It's not a one and done deal. You're going to slip out of lucidity. You don't know you've been unconscious in identification with your mind and the character you play in the dream of the world until you're lucid again. You regain consciousness and you go, oh, Jesus, I did it again. That's okay. That's the way it works. Use the distress to make you know, I'm suffering. I've lost my lucidity. I've come to identify not as consciousness itself, but as this character I'm playing in the dream of the world. This is not theoretical. This is fact. It causes a change in your locus of control and power. The only thing that stands between you and your bliss, the enjoyment of your bliss, are the grievances you nurture and invest in with your attention, imagining them justified. Your grievances that you imagine justified are what you have to sacrifice. That's all you have to do. Just lay it down. You know, today I noticed that there's a part of me that still goes, oh, these bastards will get their due. The truth will out. They'll get their due. And I was like, can't wait to see it for a second. And then, bam, that made me lucid. I wasn't even suffering. But I noticed the nefarious little in the unsavory thing in my field. Consciousness noticed something unsavory and unhelpful, not compassionate, not benevolent. I was engaging in preemptive Schadenfreude, which the GOP taught me to even feel. I never imagined until recent years the concept of enjoying someone else's discomfort. And I rejected it consciously. And when I noticed it in my field, in my self-talk, I paid close attention to it. And I decided it was none of my concern how or when the universe metes out whatever comeuppance to our brothers and sisters is necessary for them to awaken, because that's all that's happening here. The universe is trying to make them lucid. Can't teach them to wield their power until they're at least lucid. And this is preschool for godlings. The moment I noticed this lingering in myself, I put my attention on it. Really closely, felt it, immersed myself in it. All of my attention and awareness, that's what I mean by that, immerse myself. Focus completely on it. That moment of bringing your godly estate, your awareness, attention, focused on something with the simple intent of being free of it. Just that one moment of crystal sovereign attention, completely focused, reveals that those emotions got all their power to make you feel a certain way that you don't want to feel over you. They got all their power from you, from your belief in them. In the middle of the word belief is a lie, L-I-E, beliefs. If your perceptions are holy, meaning you see them from, you experience, you understand from everyone's perspective, you will naturally be compassionate and benevolent. You'll understand everybody here is just a little child that's gone through a lot of stuff. And the more unpleasant they are, the bigger the load of unpleasant things they went through, experiences. And they did not assimilate them and process them at the time. And it builds up into what feels like really unpleasant to deal with for everybody else who's trying to hold it together. Lucidity is the key. And in using your lucidity, bring into your space your attention focused on self-talk. That actually amplifies your understanding, your compassion, your benevolence of that person. Let it go. Simply drop it. It is not your concern to carry around any kind of grievance that stands between you and the experience of your bliss and your godly estate, the exercise of your power. That is your number one concern, your own salvation. Your own salvation is in lucidity and learning to wield your will and focus your attention with lucid intent. Use that sharp attention, focused, that I described. Use that when you're trying to manifest something. Don't be too picky in with the details, but seed your field deeply and loudly and resonantly with the energetic frequency of what it is you will to experience. Trust the universe wants you to be happy and healthy, wants to give you what is your will that hurts no one. Whenever it hurts no one, and particularly if it serves everyone,
The universe is keen to give it to you. Can't give it to you if you think you're wresting it from the universe. And that stands in the way, very, very often, of your experience of being able to be empowered, to get back from the universe, from mirrored in your situation, what you want. If you think you're wresting it from the universe, you're making an adversarial relationship with yourself. So naturally, you don't trust yourself to wield the power that is inherently yours. I hope this gives you a little bit of clarity. Please comment. If you have any questions, I am really keen to do videos to answer your questions. If they're not deep enough that they would warrant an entire video, I try to answer in the comments. And it is, I came back from the dead, literally, to do this, so it's my pleasure. It is indeed my joy. It's my fondest aspiration that we enter the golden timeline together. I've been praying it all my life. May we all be reconciled. And to do that, we're going to have to put out the little ego.